Ladies and gentlemen, happy Halloween, and welcome to episode 16 of the Roundtable Oddcast podcast. Oh yeah, puppy. I had words to say, and then they just kind of fell out of my brain and into my mouth, and then instead of coming out, they just kind of went down into my stomach, because I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. So I'm going to go with the classic penis.
Elegant, simple. I approve.
Yeah, I know, right? Freak for president 2024.
Give us a good what is it? Vote for me, keep America sexy. Give us a good one.
I'm just gonna. I mean, I can show you my dick. I think that'd be better than what we got going on.
Do what you want.
But you're right. That's for the After Dark Oddcast, like making you choke on somebody's dildo again.
Ah!
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I bet you don't. I bet you don't.
So give us a rundown on your costume.
So I mean, for most everybody that's in my Twitch community, they know that it's called the Circus of Freaks. I'm the ringleader and shit. So I wanted to turn him into like a slasher, like a killer ringleader, which is why all my emotes have like an axe and shit in it. And so I was like, fuck, I might as well actually bring like the killer ringleader to life. And so there's blood splatter. There's a bit of a Joker homage and Pennywise just with the mouth stuff. And you can't really see the white handprint, but it's supposed to be a clown. But yeah, got the whole. It's even got like the tail coat part that like I can switch behind and shit, all down to like my thighs. It's pretty awesome. And then yeah, my top hat for the show, which is actually cut open in the back.
Oh, you gonna hide some stuff in there?
No, it actually comes like solid. I cut it open because like I wear this sometimes while I'm streaming, and getting the headset on underneath the hat, it just doesn't fucking work. So I had to like rip it. But so yeah, I am my own killer ringleader, and I want to make like a slasher movie with him someday. But Doom, tell me about yours. What are you for Halloween?
I'm an angry panda.
I have nothing.
Only when I smile though. Only when I'm happy. I'm like,
he's an angry panda. He's out the bamboo.
No,
he's angry with China for starting coronavirus.
Wrong. It's China flu. China flu. But no, I'm a huge fan of black metal, and of course, black metal corpse paint, as you can see. Thanks to Scarlett, she did me up, and
you look like you're in Kiss.
Duh. Isn't that where this started? Isn't Kiss the best black metal band of all time?
Oh, they're the blackest, metaliest.
Not Dark Throne. Metaliest?
Huh?
Most metallic. Sorry.
I mean, Gene Simmons would probably be perfectly fine in a black metal band. Let's be honest.
No, he would not. He would not make enough money. Behemoth. They don't make no money. Even they're like extreme metal. I don't know. But yeah, so every year I try to do a different rendition of a black metal corpse paint look. And this year it was inspired by a black metal band called, I always butcher this name, so I actually got to look at it while I pronounce it. Karak Ungren.
True fan right there. Doesn't even know how to say the band's name.
Karak Ungren, and every time I see like their corpse paint, it's fucking like they're like top tier. And I find it hilarious that Danny Filth from Cradle of Filth kind of like ripped off their look a little bit for the last couple of years, and I thought that was interesting. Just little black metal drama besides all the murdering in Norway. Yeah, Norwegian black metal. That would have been a great fucking episode to do.
Oh hi, take a picture. You smile. Boom. You look so beautiful. You look so beautiful. Let me touch your butt over there with your corpse paint. Let me turn your anus into a corpse.
You want to kill my ass, is what you're telling me.
Yes, I want to kill your ass.
Perfect.
So this episode, we're going to talk about something that we've talked about before on the podcast here and there. It always comes up in conversations just as big horror fans. But it's been like a solid year. We've seen new horror movies and everything since then, and older ones. We were supposed to have a guest on this one, but that fell through. Sad face. R.I.P. in chat. But so today, really, we just want to talk about, it's Halloween. Talk about our fucking favorite horror movies, like the best horror movies around, our personal favorites, and I guess ones that like legitimately scared us. Like even if they weren't scary movies, like I'll start. Signs scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, but didn't you just say in the last one you didn't finish it?
I didn't finish it. I was like 8 years old, 9 years old. I don't fucking know. And I wanted to watch it, but I was like, I don't want to be scared. So make sure you tell me when like an alien's coming on the screen. And my parents were like, okay, we got you. And so I was watching the movie. I was minding my own business, blah, blah, blah. And then they'd be like, aliens. And I'd be like, ah. And then there was there was the scene with the birthday party. And
dude, that scene fucked me up.
Yeah.
That scene fucked me up.
My parents forgot to tell me about that one, so I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, oh, look at all these kids and they're having a birthday party. Mom, Dad, I want a birthday. Oh, my God! And then I literally went downstairs to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! To, like, erase it from my brain. And I've never finished it. I know the premise, I know the ending, and I think it's dumb as fuck. But for whatever reason, Signs scared the shit out of me. I think it's like the only good M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie.
Besides
Sixth Sense, which I also haven't seen.
Sixth Sense, and then on top of that, his Glass trilogy. Mainly Unbreakable and the second one, Split. I haven't watched Glass yet because I've heard too many things. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. I
haven't seen Glass yet either. I saw Unbreakable and Split. And I can respect him. But I mean, like, he came out with The Happening, and I was excited for The Happening.
Excited for that flick. I saw it in theaters, and by the end of it, me and my buddy Dan went to go see it, and I was just like,
dude, I was so excited. It looked so cool. Just everybody just fucking committed suicide in the strangest ways. Like, what's going on? Oh, the plants are mad at you. Mother Earth's fighting back. What? And they got Mark Wahlberg to sign on with that shit.
Yeah, really. Because this is when M. Night Shyamalan was at his peak.
Yeah, you know that man did not read the script, though. He's going to be like, yeah, suicide. I'm in. He gets the last page. Fuck, God, shit, I already signed this contract.
My agent needs to tell me about this shit ahead of time.
But, yeah, so, Signs scared me. Don't know why, because, like, it's not even really that scary of a movie. But, what about you? What's one of the movies that actually, like, legitimately scared you?
Legitimately scared me. So here's one that you're probably not expecting, and it's one of my all-time favorite movies, and even though I don't like this genre, 30 Days of Night.
Haven't seen it.
What? Dude, all right. Highly, highly, highly recommend. And the thing is that, so 30 Days of Night is about vampires. I can't stand vampires. I really can't. There's just something about them, like Bram Stoker's. Why did I say that? It's so German? Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Pulling out the schnitzel weiss and yeah.
I want to suck your dick. I mean blood.
Hyper.
But no, 30 Days of Night, dude, it was just like I wasn't expecting it to be as fucking brutal and gory and nasty as it was, and then like the vampires were genuinely creepy, genuinely scary, and they were what I feel vampires should be. Like they're the prototypical. It's not like they're here to seduce you and then turn you. No, they're here to fucking feed. They're here to fucking just drain you full of blood, use one person as a fucking scapegoat, and then just kill everything and just continue on. And you have to be like brought into their brotherhood or whatever, however you want to describe it. They speak in this odd fucking language. It was just creepy. And then the best fucking line is with the fucking head vampire. He just looks at this girl, is like, God. No God. I was like, oh, motherfucker! And just that whole movie.
I don't hate vampires. Like I'm with you on the fact that I generally don't like vampire films.
Same thing with werewolves.
Yeah. Like I didn't mind Dracula Untold, but that wasn't a vampire horror film. It was just an action flick and everything. Like, whenever I see vampires try to be done in horror, I'm just like, boring. Same thing with zombies. That's why I haven't even seen, like, 28 Days Later.
Bro, you're fucking up.
I own them. I own 28 Days and 28 Months. And
Weeks.
haven't watched them. Weeks, whatever. Days, months, weeks, years, Oblivion. Doesn't matter.
Ritual?
Sure. Talk about a dead band right there.
Ah! Sorry. I was
Um,
hoping you'd say something like right away.
trust me, I know. I'm there with you. Like, I want to be able to get into zombie flicks, but I think just from playing so many zombie games over the years.
But here's the thing, though. There's plenty of
desensitized?
zombie. There's plenty of zombie movies that you can get into. Like, I agree. The genre is played out, especially with The Walking Dead. Like, I love The Walking Dead initially. I hated it by like season fucking 4, and I watched it because I watched all the other ones, and I don't watch.
I
TV
stopped
often.
watching after The Governor came in. I think season 3. Like,
and
Carl's
Governor
mom
was
died, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. Spoiler alert! If you haven't watched it yet.
Bro, that show's been on for so many fucking years, I don't care.
Yeah, really. No, the first season was so fucking good and visceral.
It was great.
Yeah, and then just the second season, it was going to be hard to top that, so I kind of expected it.
Yeah, 2
Second
dropped
season-
off pretty
third
hard.
season- Third season, it picked up, and then when the governor came along, and then they got to the prison, she was like, "Oh shit, it's getting real again." And then it fizzled. It
Yeah.
fucking fizzled, and it pains me because like there's so much they could have done with like from the comic book, like inspiration from the comic book, graphic novel, whatever you want to call it, and it was just like, come on. And there was just certain spots.
Yeah, part of me, like, all right, in a show like that, you've got to kill people off. You can't just let everybody keep living. So I get it, but it was just like they'd kill somebody off and then bring somebody in new to replace them.
Yeah, but they killed off people too quick and didn't establish a character for them the way I feel they should. Like, the governor should have been alive a lot longer. Daryl was never there. So,
Didn't even finish the Governor's. Like, because he was a 2-season thing, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first season with him.
He got introduced. He got introduced, if I'm not mistaken, like right before the prison, and then he was there another season, and then they fucking killed him. I was like, wow. I mean, he's kind of like a main baddie. You're gonna just fucking kill him?
I heard that they brought in like a new one, like Negan or Neeson or whatever, the spiky baseball bat, and he looks like a pretty big boss.
Bro, I forgot the dude's name, but whoever plays Negan, oh fuck, I had his name on the tip of my tongue.
He's the Winchester's father in Supernatural too.
He is fucking great as Negan, especially the first time you meet him and the way he is. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that's his name, Jeffrey. That dude, if they made a movie just about Negan, bro, it would fucking great, fucking awesome.
They started killing everybody, and like I love Daryl, so like if he died, I'd be very sad. But then like even not watching it, I know everybody who's died. I know everybody that starts sleeping with everybody. And I'm just like, at this point, there's really no point to watch because I know the drama, and then there's gonna be just zombie filler. So I'm just like,
And I think that's what pissed me off the most is because the first season was about the zombies. Second, third, fourth, it was zombies were like kind of like in the background. I was like, And actually, it was really when the main guy, the main director, was pretty much like ousted by like season 3 or 4, and you could see the.
Yep.
Now, don't get me wrong, there was excellent parts to the later seasons. It's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But let's not get too off topic here. Zombie movies. I mean, I still think you need to watch the
George Romero's Night of the Living Dead.
The original 3, because Night of the Living Dead still to this day is probably my favorite horror movie just because of what it was, what it is, and the social commentary, which still to this day holds true. And if anyone watches it, if you've seen it before, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because I want you to watch it. I don't want to spoil nothing because you actually need to watch it to actually grasp what's going on in that movie.
I want to just because, it's a classic, and I need to check it off my list. And, I mean, he was in Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah, exactly. That should tell you everything. Like, if he was able to be that old and come back and do all that.
That was such a fun fucking map, too, dude.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
I want to watch 28 Days and 28 Weeks because I've heard great things about him, too. I watched like the first 15 minutes and I was like, Cillian Murphy just isn't doing it for me.
I'll put it to you this way: 28 Days. I didn't like it at first, but that's one of those movies where it's a little bit more of a slower burn. And once you like, oh wow, I see what's going on here. I see what they're talking about. It's really good. Highly recommended. 28 Days. 28 Weeks is more of an action thriller, but with zombies intertwined. I like the direction it went, but I feel like the first one still holds it to the test of time.
Kane's being an asshole.
That's fine. He takes after you.
Yeah. No, like I fully intend to watch like The Evil Dead, Night of the Living Dead. Like I do need to watch some of these classics.
See, the thing is, though, I don't count Evil Dead as a zombie movie. It's not a zombie movie to me.
Yeah. I don't know much about it, just that they made a TV series based off of it too.
Which is fucking insanely goddamn good, just want to say.
And Gone, so don't get too attached. Yeah. Gone just like Ritual Oblivion.
Now I'm a sad panda.
But no, I mean, just for whatever reason, I could not get into zombie movies. Like I love zombie games. Like Dying Light is fantastic fucking game. Dead Island, first like 6 hours is pretty fun.
Voodoo, you voodoo, bitch!
And of course, I mean, you can't take away the Call of Duty zombies. That's probably the only reason I'm gonna get Black Ops Cold War.
Are we doing that? Are we gonna actually do that?
I don't know. I mean, dude, we still haven't finished any of the fucking other zombies from all the other games. And
Doesn't fucking matter.
no, but just like
Doesn't fucking matter anymore.
I don't know. Zombie movies, I'm just like, oh no, aim for the head. They're coming for your brains. But like, I want to watch Evil Dead. I want to watch George Romero's. I want to watch 28 Days.
So, before you go any further with zombie movies, because it'll be the last time I mention it pertaining to zombie movies, you need to watch the three original Romero movies, which is Day, Dawn, and Night of the Living Dead. You know, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and then what did I say?
Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead, yeah.
Which is a fantastic Hollywood Undead album. Yeah, I went there. Like my favorite album of all time.
So, and then after that, you need to watch Return of the Living Dead. And the reason why I say that, Return of the Living Dead, I forgot the guy's name. The director of the movie was actually on board with Romero during Night of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead is actually a direct sequel in his eyes to Night of the Living Dead and how he wanted it to go, and how Romero branched off from it. So Romero did Day, Dawn, and Night, where this guy, I can't remember his name, he went directly to Return of the Living Dead, and it's actually kind of like a horror comedy, but it's so fucking good, and it's campy as shit. It's 80s, like if you love 80s, like just nostalgia shit, it is pure 80s incarnate. That's where, I don't know if you ever see the Tar Man.
No.
You ever see the Tar Man zombie? Well, as soon as you see it, you'll know exactly what it is. But watch Return of the Living Dead, and it's one of my favorite movies. And that movie actually, as a kid, scared the fuck out of me.
See, it's really weird though talking about 80s and campy and stuff, because I love Friday the 13th. Jason's great, but doesn't even touch Halloween and Michael Myers. And
Mike fucking Myers, baby.
It's so weird watching like the quality of campiness, I guess. Watching Friday the 13th 3, which is when I really consider Friday the 13th to start. Because that's when he gets the mask and the machete and everything. Like, we had Sackhead Jason, and the first one, of course, was his mom. And they're both respectable movies. Yeah, well, that one's 40 fucking years old, so suck my cock. And they're both respectable movies. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying, like, for me, it really starts with 3. And it's still, like, super campy to this day and cheesy. And, like, I watch it because I'm just a horror fan. But you can still watch John Carpenter's 1978 Halloween, and it's still a creepy fucking movie. Like, it still holds up. It's not cheesy and campy. Like, it's just Michael Myers being fantastic.
And the funny you mentioned that, it's like it's not over the top either. It's very, I guess, relatable is the best way I can describe it, because it's not. This is before he got like supernatural and shit like that. Like he's just a man in a mask going after his fucking baby sister.
Yeah.
And it was creepy. Like I remember the first time I saw that, and I was probably like 5 or 6 years old, and go figure, around Halloween, and that immediately turned into probably one of my favorite scary movies of all time. Um, Jason, all the Friday the 13th, they're all great for as shitty as they can be and as shitty as they were. Jason X, I'm looking at you,
Yeah, but then you also have Halloween Resurrection.
or H2O, or
Busta Rhymes, dude.
you fucking Busta Rhymes, fucking spitting rhymes at fucking Mike Myers as he's kicking his ass in the fucking middle of a haunted house show.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
No, it's H2O was so bad that it was actually like pretty fun to watch. Like Resurrection is just bad.
Yeah.
And then they brought, I think Paul Rudd came in on Resurrection, or
Yeah.
it made me so sad because I love Paul Rudd, and when I saw him, I was so excited, and then I was like, oh,
He didn't deserve it.
oh no. But that's why I really enjoy Halloween 2018 because it just retcons everything.
Yeah.
And I will also say this: as much as we love Mikey, like I'm probably gonna get a Michael Myers hat. Like I want a horror sleeve. Halloween 3: Season of the Witch is a damn good movie.
Dude, underrated.
Underrated as shit. Everybody's like, there's no Michael Myers. And I was like, no, there's not supposed to be. They wanted to try some other shit, and it's a great movie. I would have loved to see if they had kept going with, like, Halloween 4, Day of the Witch. I don't fucking know, but, like...
See, my thing is, I feel like if they would have called it anything but Halloween, in the Michael Myers moniker, it would have been great.
Yeah.
This one, you can't say that. But
there's a scene with snakes. I lost my shit.
Actually, what's it called? The Rob Zombie remakes. So, gotta get this out the way. The first one was fucking awesome.
Fantastic.
I don't care what anyone says. The first Halloween remake by Rob Zombie.
Minus the scene when he's eating a dog, because it's fucked. You
Yeah,
don't kill dogs. Cardinal rule.
But in seriousness, like that whole fucking thing leading up to it, like I was like, I like Rob Zombie. I love House of a Thousand Corpses. I love Devil's Rejects. I love all the shit he's pretty much put out by that point. But I was very cautious.
Also, all movies I haven't seen. I've told you, I own Devil's Rejects because fucking Ice Nine Kills wrote the song about it. I bought it. I wanted to watch it. I didn't realize it was the second one in a trilogy, so I've got to watch the first one first.
Yeah. Well, I'll be real with you. If you watch the first movie and then watch the second one, so you watch House of a Thousand Corpses to Devil's Rejects, you're like, I see the connection, but the movies are so fucking different.
Right.
Like, we just watched both of them recently because we just watched the third in the trilogy, Three from Hell, because we got the 3-pack. I got the special edition steelbook case. And it's nowhere near as good as the other two. And in my opinion, Devil's Rejects is the quintessential like serial killer in the 70s movie, because it just makes you feel uneasy, and you could see where they took bits and pieces from serial killers and actually injected him into what was going on. Like, just watch that one, the second one, Devil's Rejects. Goddamn, watch that, and you'll be like, oh, I can see what he's talking about now. It's so like it makes you feel dirty half the time. Like you're like, oh, fuck. It's very visceral, very visceral.
I'll tell you one of the horror movies that I've had the most fun watching, though. And it's because just the Godfather of horror is so fucking good at what he did. Rest in peace, Wes Craven. But,
I forgot he died.
Yeah. I love Scream.
Dude. All right, so...
It's not even like a horror film. It's more of just the fact that it's so aware. But it's so fucking fun to watch.
All right, so hold on. Story time with Doom here. I think I told you this story, but I don't know if I said it on another podcast like that, but I have to say it now. So when the movie came out, it was what, 95? 94, 95, 96-ish?
I think 95, 97.
Yeah, probably a little bit later than that. Yeah. So long story short, the movie came out
96.
and I was so I was in kindergarten when it came out. I was 5 years old. So that movie took off. Like, took off. I remember people talking about the movie in school, being in kindergarten. Yeah, they were talking about this shit. So it tells you everything you need to know. So one day, I came home, and my dad, and we lived in a duplex. Um, so our next door neighbors rented Scream, the VHS, obviously. It's like, hey, we got a horror movie. It's right near Halloween. We're gonna watch this horror movie. You guys want to watch it? We're like, yeah. So we had a bigger TV, so they came to our house or our side of the house, and we watched it, there. Okay, makes sense. Oh, little Doom did not know what the fuck he was getting involved in when he watched that movie. He did not, nor like this is something that like I think like really credits to how fucked up I can be sometimes. So, if anyone's watched the movie, the guy's got the voice modulator. People were getting stabbed up, all that shit. So after we watched the movie, about like I want to say like 15, 20 minutes. We still had a house phone at the time. This is, mid 90s. We get a phone call. My dad answers it. This is, hey, Doom, it's for you. It's like, all right, who the fuck's calling me? And someone had a fucking voice modulator and says, do you like scary movies? They did this to me. I was like, yeah, haha, yeah, this is our next door neighbor, such and such. Yeah, I know who the fuck this is. Whatever. Get the fuck out of here. If you hang up this phone, I'm gonna gut you like a fish. I was 5 fucking years old. 5 fucking years old. And I started like bawling my eyes out. I was scared shitless. And they kept going. Every time I hang up the phone, they would call back. Hang up the phone, call back. So that was the first night. The next night, it went over like a span of 3 nights. 3, 4 nights or something like that. I think it was 3. The second night, yeah, it was 3 nights. That's right. It was 3 nights. So the second night, I come home from school, doing my thing, this, that, and the other. So it gets around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, October. It's getting dark out. All of a sudden, I get another phone call. It's the person using the voice modulator talking to me on the phone. I can't remember what they were saying, but they were like saying they're going to kill me, my family, all that shit. So they went out of their way and bought the whole Scream getup, mask, black suit, everything, because it comes together. But they went even as far as to buy the blades with the sponges on the bottom, so if they cut your throat, blood comes out. They started killing off my next door neighbors. They fucking rapped on the front door, and I lived in an old schoolhouse, which, like I said, was a duplex. They fucking went boom, 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 boom. Fucking, my dad's like, we gotta see who's at the door. I'm like, no, I don't want to see who's at the fucking door. We come over, our next door neighbor, their friend is like on their knees, and they're like, Doom, help me, Doom! And fucking, I just see this Scream ghost face take his fucking blade and go right across the dude's face, or his throat. I'm like, ah! I'm freaking the fuck out. I slam the door, I run away, I run up to my fucking room, I'm hiding, and my dad would come up to me, he's like, you can't be hiding, what if he comes into the room? Brings me back down, they call me up again, they fuck with me. Psychological warfare, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Psychological fucking warfare. So, the last night, we, I go to school, and I'm, like, freaking the fuck out in school. And I tell my teacher at the time, I was like, I don't want to go home, and I was telling her, like, we watched the movie Scream, and it's that person's there, whoever was in Scream is at the house, and I didn't tell her
You're freezing.
that
Hold on.
people were getting murdered. Like, I watched people get murdered and shit.
That was very weird. You don't want to go home, and then everything cut out.
Yeah, I was telling my teacher, like, I don't want to go home. I feel like the person who was in Scream is at my house. They're gonna hurt me and my family. Again, this is in the 90s. No phone call was ever made. No one ever got a hold of me to say, hey, have you checked on Doom lately? Is he okay? So I go home the last night, and they start killing off more of my neighbors. I remember they put someone in a tree. Like, they actually, like, pretended to hang them in a tree like the way they did Drew Barrymore.
Right.
Like, nowhere near as good, obviously, but, like, my brain was like, oh. It got to the point where I was, like, like ugly crying, like snot fucking dripping out my face, all that kind of stuff. And I go to my room, and in my house where we lived, I had a fucking baseball bat in the hallway because we didn't live in a particularly good neighborhood. Clearly, if there's people like looking like they're getting killed and no one's calling the cops. So I had a baseball bat, and my dad's like, "Come on, come on, we're gonna go to bed. We're gonna go to bed." This, that, and the other. They had our next door neighbor waiting in the closet for me. So I go lay down in bed. I had the bat next to me, and they came out of the closet, and I fucking pulled the bat. I was like, "I'm gonna," what, I can't remember what I said exactly, but I had the bat in hand. I'm like, "I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna blah, blah, blah." And she took her fucking mask off. It's like, "It's just a joke." I'm like, ah! That fucked me up for so long watching that movie. Yeah, that happened to me as a kid. My family and neighbors were in on it, and they were fucking with me the entire time. I thought people were dead.
Probably deserved it. Just saying. I mean, probably. But yeah, no, Scream's fucking fantastic. I'm excited that Scream 5 is happening.
I haven't seen Scream 4 yet.
Scream 4 is a little lackluster. Does fall short.
They said it was great.
Like, I'm comparing it to the first.
Oh yeah, true.
Like 3 is the weakest one, in my opinion. 1 and 2 were great. Especially 2 had Timothy Olyphant in it, and I love him. 3's plot was just fucking stupid. I still enjoyed it, but just the plot, I was like, really? But 4, it wasn't bad. Like I said, I guess just for the amount of time that people had to wait from 3 to 4. And now we've had 8 years from 4 to 5. So I'm like, please, for the love of fucking God.
Shit, it's been that long?
4 came out in 2012, 2013. And 5 comes out 2022. So almost 10 years. And I mean, the original cast is returning. Neve Campbell is Sidney, Courtney Cox, David Arquette. They're all coming back as Dewey Gale and all of them. So that's what I'm excited about, because just, I hate when they reboot it and they just redo everything. Like, I'm like, all right, your characters are still alive. If you're going to do a sequel, do a sequel.
Yeah,
and,
really.
So I'm excited. I mean, we have no trailers or anything, obviously. We just have the cast confirmation and 2 promotional posters. And one of them actually just looks really cool. It's just a car driving through woods and everything, and it's going into a tunnel, but the tunnel is the ghost face mask, like the mouth, and I'm like, I fuck with that. And it just says "Welcome home, Sydney," and I'm like, I fuck with that too. But so I'm really excited about that. I love Scream. I mean, I respect Nightmare on Elm Street. The second one sucks. It's absolute dog shit. That's where we started doing our 60-second reviews. Was I watched Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and I was like, I have got to let the world know how fucking bad this is. 3, not bad. Stupid fucking name, Dream Warriors or whatever, but actually pretty cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
But you just really can't top Mikey when it comes to slashers.
Mm-mm. Actually, speaking of Wes Craven, do something about an underrated movie, in my opinion, Ghost of Mars.
Haven't seen it.
So, premise of it is basically we're on Mars. We've colonized Mars. They're doing a mining excavation. They open up this fucking mine shaft that has apparently some kind of creature at Mars. Not creature. This spirit that possesses people in Mars to turn into these fucking crazy tribal-esque people, and they fucking just kill everything that's not them, that's not possessed by this creature. And the whole soundtrack is done by Anthrax, Scott Ian from Anthrax. And Wes Craven, of course, has his touches in it. And it has Ice Cube in it. I was like, damn, it was so fucking good. I didn't expect it to be that good. I was like, damn, all right.
I mean, Wes Craven did the original Hills Have Eyes, and I just watched the remake version of it and fucking hated it.
Man, I'm telling you, Hills Have Eyes is a great fucking movie for its time frame. So
I will tell you though, there's a lot of stuff to see. I still haven't seen Hostel, like we talked about. I'm probably gonna watch Hills Have Eyes 2, just because it drives me crazy to not finish a fucking saga, a series. Like, I still have 3 more Nightmare on Elm Streets to go too, and I'm like, fuck, god damn it. But
yeah, they're a trudge.
yeah, it's just I love all the Saw movies though. Those I never have a problem watching.
So, what are some newer horror movies that you like?
Conjuring.
Oh, we knew that.
What?
I said we knew that.
Yeah. Like, I fucking love The Conjuring. I really do. I think they were so well done. Like in the first one when they're going after Bathsheba and shit, and like the mom's just laying in bed sick, and then you just see the bitch come floating in from the side. I was like, fuck. And then you got Valak and everything, and you got Annabelle and Annabelle Creation. Fuck Annabelle 1, it sucks. And like the Nun was, I really love The Conjuring. I think they're fantastic. I will say, I watched Oculus.
Yes.
And I will say, I think that was a very underrated and newer horror movie that I think everybody should give a shot. Because that's just psychological fucking horror right there. I loved it. I had fun with it. Mirrors was an interesting concept. I really wanted a.
I just watched that for the first time this year.
It's not bad. It's just not. It's not stellar. Like.
It's in the same vein as 1408 for me.
I don't think I finished 1408 because that's Sam Jackson and
yeah.
generic Nick Cage white guy who's not Nick Cage.
That's a great fucking description, by the way. Nick Cage who's not Nick Cage.
Fuck, that's gonna bug me because I know him too, but I don't think I ever finished 1408 because I think it bored the shit out of me. And this was when it came out, so I was maybe 8, 9 years old.
It hasn't gotten any better.
I might try to rewatch it just to finish it off. But I mean, I remember watching 1408 going, Eddie Murphy's Haunted Mansion was scarier than this.
Yeah, we watched it again just recently, just for the same reasons, just to see if it's changed. And I was like, the story's decent. It's all right. I'm just not.
I think there was like one visual effect scene, like with a corpse maybe in a bathroom. I don't remember. It's been so long. I'm also thinking of The Shining, which.
I love The Shining. The only problem with The Shining is how long it is, and I'm at that point where I got Doctor Sleep, the new Doctor Sleep, obviously not the book, the movie. And I had it. I want to watch it. It's just I'm one of those people where I need to. Watch the what's it called? The Shining again to reacclimate myself, and then watch that on top of that. But it's
I've actually been making my way through Stephen King movies this month because like every Saturday we do community movie night, watch a horror movie in Discord. So like I just watched Pet Sematary for the first time.
The original, the remake.
Both. We did both in one night to see how they stacked up. And I kind of like the remake better, actually.
That Achilles cut, though.
I know.
I love those practical effects.
Yeah. No, I guess I like it better because I watched it literally back to back. And so part of me was like, all right, like I'm excited to see what they did different, but fuck, I really don't feel like watching the same movie. So I like that they switched it up in terms of, since it's still relatively recent, I'm trying to be spoiler free, who dies and everything. And then like the reunion and like, I enjoyed some of the differences that they made to it. I just watched Misery, which I already knew the story of because of Family Guy. So thanks Seth MacFarlane for telling me the story of Misery already. But it was still really well acted out from James Caan and Kathy Bates. Like I was like, all right, even though I know what's happening, this is a good movie. And then the scene when she fucking just eviscerates his fucking foot. I was like,
I feel that on a personal level.
I was like, oh, like I cringed. I visually was just like, oh, and like I knew it was coming, but still, I was just, oh. We just watched Cujo for the first time.
Classic.
which I wanted to watch because it's in Friends. They referenced it, and there's the whole joke. Shut the fuck up. I know you don't like Friends, but I know in the actual book he gets like possessed by a demon or whatever, and in the movie they just gave him rabies. Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I didn't like it because I was rooting for Cujo because it's a dog. Fuck people. So I was like, kill them all, dude. And then Cujo gets shot, and I was like, fuck that. Kill them all. And just that poor dog. Like, if my dog came home with a big ass bite on his nose like that and was whining and crying for days, I would go do something about it. So yeah.
Would you?
Yes, I would. I'd build a wall and I'd say no more things are allowed to bite my dogs. But
No.
yeah, so we've been making our way through Stephen King. Actually, this is on Halloween, so later on tonight, we will be watching Halloween in the Discord, the original John Carpenter 1978 version. Because you can't not do Mikey on Halloween.
Dude, the soundtrack on that movie alone,
It's just so
iconic.
great. So great.
So I just want to say, the song for Ice Nine Kills, "Stabbing in the Dark," when they did the fucking the breakdown for the fucking just they brought it back. It just loved it every second of it.
It's talking about Stabbing in the Dark. Which, I actually don't know when Chrono's uploading it. But I'm trying to make it so that, hey guys, there's a cover of Stabbing on the Dark up on the channel right now that you can go watch. So,
Spoiler alert! If it's not up yet.
If it's not up yet, it'll be up within like 2 or 3 hours. But hopefully it's up right now. Because we're launching 4 videos today. So, yeah.
I'm only launching one. Just kidding. I'm not launching a fucking one. I'm just involved in this one.
Yeah, well, 2 of them are 60-second reviews. One's this and one, fuck you. And one is obviously the cover. And I'm really excited to see what Chrono did with the cover. Because I gave him all my parts, and he's obviously the one editing it. Because I was like, I've edited everything for 3 months here. You can do this one thing. And also, he's done every other cover that we did together. But just in terms of, like, visuals, I sent him 10 different videos. They were all over a gig. Like, I did multiple takes, multiple angles, multiple performances. So I'm really excited to see how Stabbing in the Dark comes out.
The only thing I wish is that I could do my for the heavier parts. Because I feel like that would take it to a different level.
Get a PC?
It's not going to help me if I don't have a fucking interface and a good fucking microphone to fucking do it with.
Gets you a whole lot closer than doing it from a fucking iPhone.
Meh. I don't have an iPhone, so joke's on you.
Joke's not on either of us, because fuck Apple. But, fuck, I lost my train of thought now. We were talking about movies, and we're still talking about movies.
We're talking about Halloween, the music of Halloween.
Yeah, and then I will say, because this is one that we disagree on, because you asked me, like, what newer horror films I thought were great. I thought The Witch sucked.
Oh! You are a liar!
Dude,
that movie is... Alright, so... I'm gonna gush on this movie for a minute now, so you're gonna have to shut the fuck up and take what I'm gonna have to give you.
We're closing in on 45 minutes, sir, so we need to...
You will take what I'm about to give you, and you're gonna like it, damn it. So...
But I got one better for you.
Okay, well, it'll be after this. So The Witch itself, the reason why it's so good to me is that the dialogue is actually taken from court hearings in that era, in that time frame. So like the dialogue seems genuine. And just the way it plays out, it's more of a psychological thing. And that's, I think, to me, why I like it so much. Yeah, I just flipped my weave back. But it's more of a psychosis in how someone could suggest something. Kind of like the world we live in now. Someone can suggest something, tell you something. It may not be true. It may have a little bit of truth to it. But then it snowballs and it gets worse and worse and worse.
Doom enjoys a nice dick up his ass. You heard it here first, folks. And now it's going to snowball until it's 10 dicks at once. And he's literally snowballing. Yeah.
But no, it's just like that movie in its own. I love it. Like I couldn't tell you like Black Phillip, like the ending, just the way the ending is. I'm not gonna spoil nothing, but like you're like, oh fuck, like that. Oh god, to me that's one of my most favorite horror movies, besides Midsommar and
Haven't seen
the one
Midsommar
before that.
yet,
It's not as good as Hereditary.
which is the one I'm about to talk about.
It's not as good as Hereditary, but it's still really good. And to me, Hereditary, if we're going in that route, best horror movie. Ari Aster has been the fucking horror king for the past like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, however long it took for him to put those two movies out. He's been the king. Those two movies stand alone.
I hated Hereditary until I watched the last 5 minutes, and now I tell everybody that they need to watch that fucking movie.
So hold on.
For one scene alone.
Well, hold on. Before we go any further, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you don't want to know the ending to Hereditary, because me and him are about to go into this, click off now. I will make him put a timestamp to when we're done talking about this, which will probably just be the end of the fucking podcast. What? Like, that whole movie leading up was fucking spectacular. Everything.
I think the actual ending itself sucked, like the last 35 seconds, with like the reveal and the cult and whatever the fuck. But once that bitch busted out the piano wire, I was like, oh my god! Dude, that was just the sound and just her face.
Yeah.
And just like, because you're hearing it for like 30 seconds before you even see her. So you know something fucked up is about to happen. But that fucking piano wire, dude, I was like, no way.
So really, that's the part that sold you that movie?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, everything else I was meh on. I was like, seeing it or don't care or just not doing anything for me. Like, oh no, the little girl lost her fucking head. Oh, how sad. Oh, it's a tragedy. Fucking get over it. Kids die all the time.
I just want to say, so like that movie itself, the promotion for that movie was all about that little girl, that weird little girl.
Yeah, it made you think it was all about her.
So when that happened, I was like, oh fuck, you know, like that was awesome. Actually, it's a good representation of how 2020 is going.
Yeah, it's like, I do recommend watching it. I will say it's a slower burn though.
Then if you didn't like Hereditary, well, see, I can't say that because Midsommar is its own fucking animal.
I've heard a lot about it. I know I'm probably not gonna fully enjoy it, but I know I'll probably be able to respect aspects of it, which is why I want to see it.
Right. I will say this, and this is one of my biggest things with Ari Aster, and as a film director, his use of color and his use of foreboding elements. Like, if you pay attention to everything that's going on in Hereditary and in Midsommar, you can see the direction it's flowing into. You can easily see that, and you won't notice that until after the fact. And I appreciate that so much more. It's really, he is just top tier director when it comes to horror. And like, I love that style of horror where it makes you think. It's not just a fucking slasher stabbing some babysitter. It's something that makes you think. It makes you put two and two together.
See, the one I would say would probably top him, because like, to me, right, we talked about it, Wes Craven died, and he's often considered the godfather of horror. It's just facts. And he was great. Love him. But now I'm like, okay, it's a new generation, it's a new time. Who's going to become, you know, the next godfather of horror? And you're raving about Ari Aster and everything, and I'm sitting here going, fucking love James Wan.
I knew that was coming, but here's my only issue with James Wan. He's more about, like, he's great. I'm not going to take that away from him. But to me, it's more about how many fingers does he have in the pie as opposed to quality of the pie. He does so much, but when he gets a hit, it's fucking outstanding. I'm not taking that away from him. But, like, I forgot. There was a couple of movies I watched. I was like, oh, James Wan part of this? Meh. But that could be just my opinion as being a fucking oversensitive horror fuck, you know.
I just love Saw.
Oh. Well, come on. Saw is classic.
It is.
The Saw is law.
And, I mean, I enjoy The Conjuring, and like I said, we talked about it on the other episode, the premise of Lights Out wasn't terrible. I mean, I'm not saying he's the best. I mean, look at Wes Craven. He had some flops too. Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Looking at you, Freddy.
But no, I'm just really curious. Like, I would like to see somebody kind of rise up and take that. Like, I hear a lot about Ari Aster, and I do enjoy the things that he's trying to do with it. Like, I'm not saying Hereditary and Midsommar are bad movies. They just didn't check all my boxes. Because I feel like I'm a horror snob just in different categories than you, which is why I love talking horror with you, because we're just polar opposites.
And the funny part is, all right, so you just said that, and it just made me think of something. There's only one, maybe two, no, three. But we're going to go just horror-wise, I'm going to stick with the horror. There's only one genuinely good video game movie. That's the first Silent Hill movie.
Wouldn't know. I haven't watched it. I watched whatever fucking one we did, Revelations or some bullshit.
You will look at fucking one of the worst video game movies ever done.
Yeah.
You will watch, if you watch the first one, I kid you not, you'll be like, wow, this is Oscar worthy compared to what the fucking trash dumpster fire that we fucking witnessed with Revelations.
Yeah.
Well,
I really wanted to keep doing the Games of the Roundtable, go to the movies, but you know. Hey guys, you should in the comments below just be like, "Hey Chrono, what up?"
Yeah, just hey Chrono. There you go. If you watch it to this point at the very end of our podcast, just hey Chrono. That's all you gotta do.
Yep. Let's see what happens there. But no, I want to see the new wave, new generation of horror come in. I'm very excited to I want to see what else James Wan does. I want to see what else Ari Aster does. I want to fucking see something left field from shit. I don't know. Maybe M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong makes a return and doesn't suck anymore.
What is a movie, a new horror movie that's coming out in the near future, which, again, 2020, we don't know what the fuck's going to happen. What is a movie that's coming out in the near future, that horror movie that you're excited for?
Conjuring 3.
Really? The Nun? The new Nun one that they're coming out? Not the Nun one, but it's like, I know what you're talking about because I saw the what's it called?
Well, they're supposed to be doing like an actual like legitimate sequel, The Conjuring 3. They still want to do
possession. It's about a possession.
Yeah.
I saw the take on it. Yeah.
They still want to do some spin-offs, with the Crooked Man, and they want to do more with Annabelle, and I'll watch them because at this point it's kind of like Saw with me. After Saw 4, I can acknowledge they kind of dropped off. They got a little extra, just a little far-fetched. As a fan, I fucking love it, which is why I'll keep watching all the Conjuring stuff.
3 is this one, hands down, Saw-wise, just saying.
I think it's a tie for 2 and 4 with me. I love 4 because, honestly, the reveal at the end, and 4's been out for like 10 years by now, so I'll lightly spoil without spoiling anything. But when you find out that 4 is happening at the exact same time as 3,
yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I loved it. My jaw hit the floor because the whole time I was like, hold up. Wait. I know. What?
I got you now. Now I know which one you're talking. Sorry, I was a movie ahead. I know what you're. I got you.
Yeah. And I mean, also in terms of horror movie coming out that I'm looking for, we talked about it earlier, but Scream 5. And I'm just. Outside of that, I don't think I've seen too many trailers for anything that are mind-blowing. I've also, just because of Corona right now, production on everything is halted. And so I don't know what's coming out. I don't know what's happening.
I've got 2. And I'm trying to find the name of the second one because I had it on the tip of my tongue, but for some reason it's just not sticking with me. But the first one is Antlers, which is basically about a Wendigo. So I am all for that shit. And then the second one, give me a second here. I'm looking for it as we speak.
See, in terms of Wendigo, I've yet to see one like properly done, except for like in Supernatural.
All I'm going to say is watch the trailer for Antlers, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. That's all I'll say. You'll be pleasantly surprised on the way it appears. Like, it doesn't look it looks like they're going to be true to Wendigo lore and all that. And then the second one is Possessor Uncut. That's the second one that I'm actually really excited for that's coming out. It's gotten rave reviews so far. It's not out just yet, but just what I've seen, I'm just like, it looks like a mind fuck, and I'm all about a good mind fucking.
Are they remaking Candyman?
I've heard something about that, but I don't know if it's true.
It's in this
no.
list of upcoming horror movies 2021. I've also
No.
never seen Candyman.
Great classic. Actually, you know what? It's I think it's being done by the dude from Key and Peele.
That makes sense. I will say I forgot about this one too. I don't know if it's gonna count as a horror, but I really did love the first one. A Quiet Place Part 2 is coming out.
Yeah, Quiet Place is great. Excuse me. Quiet Place was actually like surprisingly good. Like I was kind of like, meh, and I watched it like, oh fuck.
I was even more surprised because when they were like, "Hey, John Krasinski's in charge of it," I was like, "Jim from The Office, doing like something like this," and he fucking nailed it.
Yeah, that movie was actually excellent, especially for the lack of
dialogue.
Yeah, like just that alone shows like how you can convey horror, fear, just emotion in general, just through like actions, not dialogue.
Very, very well done. It got mixed reviews because everybody was like, "Well, there's no dialogue. It was very difficult to understand," and I was like, just fucking pay attention."
Yeah, really, right?
Like, I think A Quiet Place was very. I'm not gonna say underrated because I mean it was a big deal when it came out, but in terms of talking about like how I mentioned Oculus and mirrors and everything, recent horror films, I think everybody should go watch A Quiet Place.
One other movie that I highly recommend people watching if you're into more foreign movies, Train to Busan, obviously, Peninsula, which is going to be the follow-up to that, which zombie movies I know you're not crazy about, but I am. Highly recommend those, especially Train to Busan. I haven't watched Peninsula just yet, but that's coming. Also, a movie that probably you probably never even heard of called Raw.
Got nothing.
It's a French movie, all dialogues, and it is a mind fuck. It is a great movie.
See, I struggle with foreign movies. That's why I can't watch anime that's subbed. It has to be dubbed. Like and when I'm watching movies and TV shows, I still have subtitles on. But it's more as just like I enjoy the the shitty Netflix subtitles. Gurgles ominously in the background. Stuff like that. But or stares silencingly or whatever. Like they just come up with dumb fucking words for it. But that's why, because correct me if I'm wrong, Train to Busan is not in English.
Korean, yeah.
Fuck.
Actually, and sorry, something you said earlier reminded me of something I wanted to bring up. 2 horror movies from Nick Cage that I highly recommend. The Color of Space and not Mara, but something like Mara. Oh fuck. Oh, it's gonna piss me off. Hold on, I gotta look it up now because it's another mind fuck.
Well, as we come into the conclusion of this episode of the Roundtable Oddcast, we'll just while you look that up, what is your single most favorite horror movie of all time? No explanations or why, just what is it?
Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
Easily Night of the Living Dead. No explanation needed. Boom. Mandy. Okay. That's the fucking name of the movie. Mandy in Color of Space. Look them up.
Well, on that note, I believe that is the end of this Halloween special. But you guys should head on over to the Patreon and join for $1 a month. Check out the Roundtable Oddcast After Dark, where right now we are about to storyboard a short story of horror, kind of out of our asses. Like, I haven't taken notes or done anything. I'm just going to kind of wing it. Also, I mean, I've already said this 1,000 different times, but to answer the question I just asked you, Saw is still my favorite horror film. Conjuring, close second. But thank you all so much for watching. Hi, Kane. Hi, Odin.
Thumbs up.
Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and just comment, "Hey, Chrono," if you made it to the end. See you next one. Bye.